From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint & Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, it's almost here, and that is the Reading Rodeo. The first Reading Rodeo event is Wednesday of next week, so be sure to get your tickets. They are still available. You can go to readingrodeo.com or call 530-241-8559, and you can get your tickets there as well. So yes, the Reading Rodeo is close, but what's even closer is the weekend. That's right, we've got some warm weather in store for us, and some would argue that it's going to be hot. Just depending on how you look at it. Now, we do have those weaker winds. It's been breezy out there, even today in some spots here, but overall, we're not looking at widespread winds across the region. I am expecting 90-plus degree temperatures, not only this weekend, but most likely through all of next week in the valley. So again, some would argue that this is getting on the hot side. Possible mountain showers and thunderstorms over the weekend, in particular for your Sunday, and we'll take a closer look at that here in a second. But bigger heat next week, yes, I am expecting there to be slightly bigger, but there's still a big question mark as to just how big it will get. All right, here's your neighborhood forecast at a glance here for tomorrow. These temperatures are going to be warm in the mountains, right? 80s, 70s in Modoc County. For the coast, mid-60s. Temperatures actually dropping for the coast because that marine layer is going to be making more and more of a presence over the next few days. But for the valley, elsewhere, it's actually getting warmer for tomorrow. Let's take a look at Futurecast, talk about our chances for rain. And today, yeah, well, of course, we didn't see anything really, but of course, what we're seeing here for Saturday, more pop-up cumulus clouds. Now, one thing I want you to take close note here is this. See that right there? That right there, little green dot there. There could be a stray sprinkle here and there, but I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't cancel in outdoor plans. It's still going to be a pretty nice day out there nonetheless. Now we take you into your Sunday, things get a little bit more interesting. There's that marine layer I was talking about, so more overcast and cooler temperatures for the coast on Sunday. We're beginning to see pop-ups, at least here for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains here by the noon hour. And as we take you into the afternoon, there's 6 p.m., there you can see showers and the possibility for some thunderstorms. Now what you'll notice here is this is not very widespread. So there's a very good chance many of us in Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains will be dry both Saturday and Sunday. But we can't rule out a stray shower or even a thunderstorm. So that's why I've got chances for thunderstorms for many of the mountain locations. But again, don't let that deter you. Just kind of keep your eye to the sky if you do have outdoor plans on Mother's Day. So we take a look at the rest of next week. Yeah, any rainfall we see are going to be those afternoon thunderstorms that could possibly pop up for parts of the Sierra. All right, now let's talk about the temperatures because that's, of course, the next big story here. So the high pressure, low pressure, that's what's been giving us the gusty winds over the last several days. They're spreading apart, which means winds are getting weaker. This high pressure continues to build into Saturday. That's why temperatures will be just a tad warmer than what we saw today. This area of low pressure will kind of just stay put down to the south and east of us. As we go into Sunday, Monday, you see this little dip in the jet stream? That's what we call a trough of low pressure. It's a trough. And this has cooler air associated with it as well. So what it's doing is it's plowing over the ridge of high pressure over us now, and it's suppressing the heat. Now, don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean it's going to be cool out there for Sunday, Monday. What it means is temperatures won't get as hot as they could if this wasn't barreling over us. So we can thank that trough for moving over us for Sunday, Monday. But once that moves out, I've got my eyes on this area of low pressure, area of high pressure right here. You see how as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it just builds and builds and builds. Now that's not a good sign if you don't like the heat, because as this builds, the temperatures begin to increase. Now based on this particular forecast model, that will continue to do that going into Friday of next week and even into that next weekend. And this could indicate the potential for some upper 90s and maybe some triple-digit heat. But I have to go on record saying this isn't the only forecast model that I'm looking at. The European forecast model is different. The European forecast model takes this colder air here, rides it over this ridge of high pressure, and it suppresses the heat. So yes, it is going to be warmer for a good portion of next week, but we're going to have to wait and see before we start setting in stone temperatures over the upper 90s to over 100 degrees, or we see the cooler weather that the European forecast model would put us in. I'm kind of going in the middle here, and you'll see that on the 7-day forecast, but I can't commit to those 100-degree temperatures just yet. I've got to see a little bit more consistency in those long-range forecast models and them agreeing with one another, and right now they don't. All right, so we take a look at our wave heights going into your Saturday. Looks like those wave heights are actually dropping a little bit. They kind of pick up a little bit as we go into Sunday morning, and then maybe even a little bit more Sunday afternoon. But at this point, I'm not anticipating any small craft advisories, but it may be close. For your Saturday, west winds at 5 knots, waves from the northwest at 5 feet 11 seconds. There you can see your high and low tide, and of course, no advisories are in the forecast. So let's take a look at what it looks like out there tonight. It's mild. I think we'll mainly be in the upper 50s, maybe some low 60s as we go into early tomorrow morning. Look at the mountains. I mean, mainly staying above freezing for most locations here, well above freezing in the 40s. Upper 40s, low 50s for Trinity County, mid 50s for the inland areas, upper 40s, low 50s out along the coast. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. We've got 90s in the forecast. And there you can see, of course, those temperatures dropping slightly, though, as we do go into the weekend. There's a slight chance for showers Sunday. They kind of go back up again, and then maybe, just maybe, dropping again next Thursday and Friday. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast. Those temperatures for tomorrow, notice, not quite as warm as they were the last few days, dropping even more on Sunday as that marine air moves in, but then we see another bump up in our temperatures by early next week. Temperatures for the north end of the North Coast, Smith River about 76, 71 for Trinidad, Hoopa, Willow Creek, yeah, you're going to be in that 90-degree mark, give or take. Look for a high of 86 out towards Hornbrook, 84 in Fort Jones, Happy Camp about 90. But of course, as he starts heading central eastern Siskiyou County, there you can see not going to be quite as hot. Now we do have that chance for thunderstorms, showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, but it's going to be very isolated. So not everyone's going to see it, but don't be surprised if you should get caught under one of those. Same situation for Modoc County, but for tomorrow, you're dry with partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the upper 70s. For the eastern mountains, yes, also that chance for isolated thunderstorms on Saturday. So not everyone's going to see it, but there you can see temperatures in the 70s and 80s here for your Saturday and dry. Your valley neighborhood forecast. Ooh, look at that. We're getting to the mid-90s in some spots. 94 Corning, 95 Hamilton City, 95 out in Willows, 94 to 95 out in Chico. We take you up north about 91 for Lakehead, 87 for Whiskeytown, Anderson about 93 as well as Redding, and that's also the case for Red Bluff. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast for Redding. Now temperatures may drop slightly on Sunday for your Mother's Day, and then of course going back up again for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday may be the peak before we see another dip Thursday, Friday, but stay tuned. Those temperatures may, well, I will be adjusting those temperatures as we get closer to next week, and there's a possibility those temperatures may even be hotter than what you see there, especially by Thursday and Friday.